Hey everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Lead Generation Guide. In this video, we're going to be discussing how to build out a strategy that actually works. We're going to jump into Google Ads. We're actually going to build out a few landing pages and talk about best practices. And then if you stay till the end, we're going to add an extra tip on really a quick solve that a lot of businesses fail to do when building out a lead generation strategy. So yeah, we can jump right in. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and comment. It really helps our channel grow. Great, so we can just jump right in. So before we actually go into Google Ads and into a landing page builder, I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about how people actually make a purchase online or fill out a form, because this strategy is going to help us build out something that really is useful, right? Often people just jump into Google Ads and they tell Google, hey, I want to generate leads, and let Google do all the work. But if you don't come in with a level of strategy, you're going to waste a lot of money, right? And no one wants to do that. So when we talk about how consumers interact with businesses online, we have to talk about the sales funnel, right? And I'm going to consolidate this into really three parts. We have your first part, which is awareness, right? So people are trying to understand about your brand. They're learning about different products in the market. They're very far from purchasing, right? It's something that happens at a subconscious level often, driving down the road and seeing a billboard for a restaurant that just opened, right? I might not be hungry right now, but now I have an awareness that there is a restaurant that opened downtown that's new. Consideration is more so, now it's Friday night and you are hungry and you're going down, Main Street, and you see a lot of different restaurants and you're considering your different options. Do I want burgers? Do I want sushi? But then that action, which is that final piece of the sales funnel, is inevitably when you decide to purchase or go to one of these restaurants, right? And then you see that you remember that billboard had, buy one, get one free option on Friday night. And then that drives you to action, right? So to get someone to buy or work with you or, purchase one of your services, you have to think about holistically how people get to the action. And that will help really determine how you build out your campaigns, what you focus on. And also there's a level of patience and understanding. You can't force someone to fill out a form who isn't ready, right? You have to think about the journey of user behavior, the journey of consumers in general, and think about how you can leverage awareness, you can leverage consideration, and how you can leverage that action and just being ready when the consumer is ready to build out a lead generation strategy that really is effective. So when we think about awareness tactics, that's usually CTV, connected TV, OTV, online TV, really a lot of video, a lot of display, Google Display Network, and you can also use, Facebook and social platforms for awareness, right? But, the goal with awareness is visibility, viewability, and reach, right? You want to show your product or brand to as many eyeballs as possible. And it's going to be a little bit different when you start to think about, lower funnel strategies like paid search, where it's not necessarily about reach and visibility, it's about quality, and it's about focus on the people ready to buy and kind of cutting out a lot of that noise, right? So when you're building on an awareness strategy, again, you want to make sure that the long-term battle, if you're trying to generate leads for a law firm in Atlanta, Georgia, your awareness strategy needs to be about reach in Atlanta, Georgia. I need as much visibility, as much views, as many users interacting with my ads as possible, right? So you're really looking for bulk eyeballs in Atlanta. And then when you think about consideration, you're thinking more so, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Sometimes there is still a level of form fills or action that happens in consideration, and often that comes through email signups, right? It can be, get a free guide, get a free ebook. Often that can line up in that consideration phase when you're starting to see that people might not be ready to purchase tomorrow or in a month. But hey, it's something that's on their mind, right? They're looking around. Back to the law firm example, it could be someone that just got into a recent accident that knows they're going to need some sort of legal help in the next month, and they're searching options, right? And so you want to be present on those platforms like Facebook and like social, and even YouTube, right? And then that action is going to be when someone is ready tomorrow, ready today to fill out a form, right? So now they've been through the process. It's been 3 to 6 months. They've seen your ads on YouTube. They've seen your ads on on TV or on Facebook. They're searching for law firms in their area, and boom, your ad pops up, right? Because they've already been to your website, they've already been to your YouTube channel, and so now you have them in an audience that you're constantly retargeting, right? So when they do search on Facebook or on Microsoft, you're there to capture that demand, and that's really what the bottom funnel action is. It's all about reaching the demand and finding people that are ready to buy, and then the awareness and the awareness and the consideration tactics really just showcase who you are this entire time. So when the person is ready to buy, you're able to differentiate. There's a level of familiarity and authority there at that very end status when someone's filling out a form, right? So lead generation ultimately is so much more than running ads on Google. It's so much more than running ads on Facebook. It's really about understanding the user journey and being there, ready to, pull the trigger when someone's ready to buy, and building your brand around the user journey and around consumers. Okay, so now that we've kind of talked on the theory, we're actually going to jump into Google and build out a few campaigns that are able to solve all of these problems, right? How do we get reach? How do we build awareness? How do we drive consideration? And then how do we actually get someone to fill out that form on our website? Okay, so now that we're on Google Ads, we're going to build out a 3-pronged lead generation campaign, and the first part's going to be awareness, and the second part's going to be consideration. That third part is actually going to be action, right? So the key number one is we're going to just hit the blue button, create a campaign. This first one is going to be awareness focus, and again, awareness is all about eyeballs, but it's also aligning your audiences from awareness, consideration, and action. So we're going to focus in one geo. We're going to use our business, Turnkey Lead Marketing Agency, and we're going to try to generate leads for our own business, right? So step number one is, again, I often like to hit create campaign without goals guidance, because I know what I'm doing and I know what tactics I want to focus on, and I don't want to give too much automation to Google, because that will take too long to achieve our goals. And in this first one, we're going to leverage video because we have a good video presence, and we really want to build upon our current assets, right? And we're going to use video in a few different ways, right? Again, this first campaign is really meant to find people that are not familiar with our brand and get as many eyeballs as we can. Again, we're going to focus in North Carolina, Raleigh, Charlotte, some of the big metros. And then Google's going to ask for a few different campaign types. We have custom video campaign, target frequency, non-skippable, drive conversions, audio, ad sequence. We're going to just do a custom video campaign because, again, this is going to give us a lot of options. And often the skippable in-stream ads and the bumper ads will allow us to scale this a little bit more. Okay, so your campaign settings are going to come up, and then you're going to hit bid strategy. And then Google gives you two options. Maximize cost per view, that's what CPV is, or target cost per million. And again, for larger scale campaigns that you want to scale very quickly, I usually like to do a CPM because I'm really trying to get as many unique impressions as possible. If I was trying to get more so as many unique views as possible, I might switch to this strategy. But again, I'm just trying to grow my brand and have people familiar with my logo, with who I am, with my videos, with our process and our strategies, right? So we're gonna hit select target CPM. And again, target CPM, they'll define it right here, but it's cost per 1,000 impressions. So you set your average amount and you're willing to pay for every 1,000 times. So basically our target CPM, if we do $5, we're basically telling Google, I will pay $5 for every 1,000 impressions. Again, it helps you scale these ads very quickly because Google has that set amount and can endlessly find these impressions. So our campaign total, I usually like to do daily because it gives me more leverage. So if I'm seeing that some campaigns are working very well, you can push and pull at the budget level. So for this one, we're going to do $50 a day. And we're not going to put an end date. So again, we're gonna let this go and just try to build up as many unique views as possible. We're going to hit network, and we're really just trying to have this serve on YouTube videos or YouTube search results. Google, won't let us click on YouTube search results. It says this ad network isn't available because the subtype, goal, or bidding strategy. So we're going to focus really primarily on YouTube videos. And like I mentioned, our focus is going to be North Carolina. And again, we're going to align all of our campaigns to the same geo. Language, we're going to focus on English. So now when you scroll down, Google's going to give you the ability to really hone in on who your audience is. So we're going to hit audience segments. And this is really important in the awareness stage because we can actually determine what types of people that have no idea we exist we want to serve towards. So we're going to type in marketing and see the types of audiences. So we want to serve for people that are interested in digital marketing services and product marketing strategies, advertising marketing services. You can kind of just go down the list and find different things that fit, right? So they're in market for SEO or SEM services. That's definitely going to be a really key in-market audience we want to focus on. You can get really granular and really focused in these campaigns where you could build out 4 separate campaigns for each of the audiences that we're trying to target here. But again, the goal here is just to showcase who we are to people that have never interacted with our businesses before. You can even go into the keywords and target people that have searched for Google Ads, in the area, right? Or, Google Ad Agency. And you can layer on these audiences and really build out a great custom approach. You can go into topics as well, but for the sake of this video and for the sake of our focus, again, we're really just trying to find people that are in market for digital marketing services, Google Ads, lead generation, right? Things like that, product marketing, things like that. So we're really going to focus this in on the end market, affinity audiences, and then a few of the keyword searches. And then Google's basically saying, in North Carolina, you can get 7,000 impressions. That's pretty low, but again, it's not necessarily a bad thing because we want to really just serve for people that are highly interested in what we could offer down the road. Any sort of B2B strategy is going to be more around the 7K. You start changing this to consumer, B2C, consumer services or products, you're going to see that completely skyrocket. Okay, so now we're just going to search what you can put any of the videos in your YouTube channel, or if you don't have a YouTube channel, you really do need to get one to leverage this strategy. So we're going to add our video in here, and I'll tell you why it's really important to leverage your YouTube videos a little bit further down in the video, but we're going to be able to retarget the people that view this initial campaign in our consideration campaign tactic. Right, so we've selected our video that we're going to use in this campaign, and we can add skippable in-stream, we can add bumper ads, we can do a lot of things here, right? So we're going to just do the skippable in-stream, so this is going to filter through and people can skip after, I think, 5 seconds. We're going to put our URL, just turnkey lead, our website URL for now. Name this however you would like, and then your bid. This is really going to help determine how much you can scale. So, and it will also determine our weekly estimates here. So if we put $3 per impression, nothing changes, right? So let's drop this to 2 now. Let's see when this breaks 1. So we can get 7,000 impressions pretty cheap. So we're going to actually see if we can get this for 10 cents. Yeah, so it looks like we can get that impressions for 7,000 for 10 cents per CPM, right? So we're gonna like leave this the way it is. We're gonna go back to the campaign settings and just name this campaign as awareness marketing services. Okay, so now that we've created our initial awareness campaign, we're going to start to build out our consideration campaign. Okay, so go to new campaign, hit create campaign goal. And this one we're going to focus on video as well, but we're not going to build a campaign that's focused on reach necessarily. It's going to be more so focused on trying to drive people to our website, trying to get people to interact in terms of maybe filling out a form on our site or really just clicking to get to our website, right? Because a lot of the times on YouTube, you're really just paying for views. No one's going to really click your ad, depending on how you create your bidding, right? So we're doing a CPM, so it's really all about reach. However, we're going to flight the second campaign where it's less so about reach and more so about finding people that may have interacted or similar to people that have interacted with our videos and really try to drive a click. So hit video, and so now we're going to hit drive conversions. And the drive conversions bidding strategy and campaign type, again, it's really more so trying to find people that are willing to interact with your business. And then, we've got qualified leads. We'll dictate the conversion goal a little bit later. We're actually going to create a different type of conversion for this campaign. We're going to create a very specific conversion where it's really just website click and then a click on our website. It's not going to be a full lead, because what this is going to do is it's going to optimize around people that come to our website and then click a few of the buttons, watch a few videos on our website, and it's going to help build a campaign that teaches the algorithm, hey, find people that interact with my website. Again, it's not necessarily about filling out a form, but it's really about driving people to our site to interact with our business in a unique way. And then down the line, again, we're going to build out a search engine marketing campaign that's more focused on actually driving the action, right? But all three of these campaigns are going to work like glue together to bring people into our funnel and drive that conversion. Okay, so we're going to name this campaign, video consideration. And see. So English and bid strategy is going to be maximize conversion. Again, we're going to set a conversion to be just really clicking on things on our website or watching our videos, and then we're going to just focus this conversion strategy just for this campaign type. And we're going to set this for 70. We're going to want to spend a little bit more money on this video because this is going to drive more action, more immediate, whereas our awareness campaign is going to be more of a long-term game. Right, so Google is going to really be able to leverage, again, this is a highly automated campaign type, so you won't get as much control as you do on the CPV or the CPM campaigns, and it's going to be solely focused on YouTube search results, YouTube videos, and like Google's just going to decide where to place these videos. Right, so our audiences here, this is where we're going to get a little bit more unique. So we're going to leverage our own data, and we're going to browse, and we're actually going to select people that have already clicked or viewed our videos. Right now we have to create a new data list to do that, so it's going to take us into the audience manager. Okay, so we're going to hit this blue button right here and create YouTube users. So we're actually going to create a custom video or custom audience based on people that have watched that first video we put in our awareness campaign. So again, the goal here is that we're spreading our net very large, getting people to watch our video. Once they have watched our video, we're gonna now build out a campaign based on people that have watched that very specific video, right? That's very key because what we're able to do now is we're gonna be able to create lookalike audiences and create similar audiences and remarket to the large amount of people that have actually viewed that first video. So this goes back to the original notion of really just people that have now interacted with your brand, now know who you are, and are more, further down the sales process and are ready to consider your brand. You're able to retarget them in very unique and nuanced ways, right? And now they're more likely to work with you opposed to a competitor because, you've been very consistent in your ad strategy. They already have familiarity with you. They already see you as an authority, right? Opposed to just cold turkey serving an ad, right? So we're going to link to your YouTube channel, and then we're going to actually pick the very specific video. So now that you've created your audience based on people that have looked at your video, seen your video in some capacity, you're focusing on two types of people. One, the people that have seen your video, or two, people that are similar to the people that have seen your videos. That way, in our consideration campaign, it's all about driving interaction to your website for people that are further down the process, right? Who have already interacted, who are already aware of your business, right? Again, the goal of awareness campaign is to find brand new people. The goal of the consideration campaign is to leverage the people that know who you are or leverage the people that are further down that buying process, which is why we're also targeting the lookalike campaign, the lookalike audiences. Okay, so throw in your landing page and throw in a few ads here, or a few ad copy here. I'm not going to go into in depth on how to build out ad copy. I have a few videos on that. The purpose of this is really to show you how to build out, a three-prong approach, a three-campaign approach that's going to help generate leads in the long run. So now we have our two campaigns. We have our awareness, we have our consideration, and we're going to do our final action campaign, right? And we can just hit this blue button right here, hit new campaign. Okay, so in this action campaign, we're going to hit create campaign without goals guidance. We're going to hit search, hit continue. And again, the focus here is going to be about really driving leads to our business. And we're going to leverage all of the data that we built out, right, to help generate qualified leads. So our campaign is going to be action, marketing services. You know, with building out any Google Ads campaign, you're going to focus on clicks first. As you get more data, you're going to then lean towards conversions and towards a more automated strategy. Now let's go to campaign settings. All right, do not hit search network, do not hit display network. Again, the focus of this ad is that we're trying to get the best quality of users. You're going to get a lot of non-brand, right? A lot of people that have not interacted. This is a demand channel, but you're hoping with the consideration and the awareness campaigns as well layered on there, you're going to get a lot of good brand traffic or a lot of good people that already know who you are, whether they're typing in your brand plus your service or plus your product or just a product or service. And then once they see your ad, you know, they understand, hey, I have interacted with this person already or this brand already online. I trust them, right? So again, there's going to be a lot of both here. And again, we're aligning our geos as well. So we're going to hit enter a specific location, North Carolina. Again, the focus of this ad is really, we're trying to find everyone in the state relatively that is interested in marketing services, is interested in digital marketing or lead generation, and has interacted with similar companies or your company online and is ready to kind of pull that trigger. Hit location options. Make sure you hit presence or people in or regularly in your location. Audience segments. So we're going to be able to layer on our remarketing data here. So that's definitely something you're going to want to add. And we're going to hit observation because, you know, when people are searching, you're going to get people that have been to your videos, have been to your website, just searching for marketing agency. You're going to get a lot of people that haven't been to your website searching for marketing agency. You want to be able to bid for both of them, right? To make sure both of them are showing up on your search keywords and in your campaign. So once you have added your remarketing audience to the audiences, hit next. Okay, so you know, Google scanned my website and is automatically putting a bunch of different keywords. We really want to focus this campaign, and we're going to only do exact match. Again, I have a few campaigns or a few YouTube videos that are really all about keyword strategy. So I'm going to keep this just really our keyword strategy really simplified. This isn't the entire way I would build it out, but I'm going to just show you a few examples, right? So we're targeting a lot of people that are looking for PPC agencies or SCM services, search engine marketing services. So we're going to do you know, a few different keywords just focused on PPC agency, you know, pay per click. And again, this is going to be all exact match. We're only going to use these two keywords as an example. Again, I have a ton of videos on how I would build out these campaigns, but we're going to keep this really focused, similar to the audiences and the services that we're targeting with our consideration and awareness campaign. You're going to build out your ads, you know, make sure that they have your brand. It's very important you have your brand because we're building a brand awareness lead generation campaign and strategy, right? So it's vital that you have your brand name, you have your services that you're providing, you have strong calls to action. And then hit next. So, you know, I didn't want to spend too much time going in on the intricacies of a Google Ads search engine campaign. I have a ton of videos on that, right? The focus here is really showing you the strategy behind it. The nuts and bolts, it's not super big of a deal at this point in time, right? We want to make sure that we're just capturing good quality views. We're driving them down our funnel, helping them interact with our business. And then we're there when they're actually searching the terms that matter, right? Marketing agency, pay-per-click agency. If we can do all of those three things, and you can sustain this for about 3 to 6 months, this campaign is going to be firing on all cylinders. It's going to have so much data, so many amazing audiences that are familiar with your brand that you can leverage for years and years, right? When you think about Google's audience management system, think about it like almost like a customer match list, right? You can have so many different types of users that have interacted with your videos and interacted with your website and hold them in Google for years and remarket them right, and use them in different ways for different offers. Now that we've kind of touched a little bit, or not a little bit, now that we've touched on the strategy behind building an awareness, a consideration, and an action campaign all together, I wanted to touch a little bit on actually building out your landing pages. So we're going to jump into the landing page that we would send these types of users to. All right, so another one on the landing page. Before we jump in, again, if you're still watching this, please subscribe. It really helps our channel, and we just appreciate all the support from our viewers. But overall, so our whole website, it's really built to generate leads, right? We're a lead generation company that focuses on Google Ads and Microsoft Ads and Facebook Ads, right? But when you go to our homepage, it's very clear what we are. We're a marketing agency for modern businesses, and we focus on pay-per-click, white label, and digital marketing consulting, right? So when someone that has viewed our video or clicks on our Google Ads comes to this landing page, it's pretty clear who we are, but it drives them to an immediate action. So when I talked a little bit about the consideration YouTube video, their conversion goal not necessarily being leads, but actions, I mean things like this, right? So whenever someone clicks on a button, we feed that back to Google and say, hey, give us more people like this, right? Because our goal of the consideration is not necessarily driving that lead right away. It's finding people that are interested in the business and interested in actually interacting with our business, right? So then they come down to this landing page. It shows a lot of different services or a lot of different industries we work with. It shows who we are, has a great case study, shows a review from our Google Business or Google My Business page. Scroll back up and find what our process is. So you're really just trying to give them bite-sized information that helps drive that action, and then wherever they go, some sort of button or some sort of place that takes them to a form, right? So if they were to click on services and hit our pay-per-click, it's basically the same thing, right? Go to get a free PPC audit, drives them to our book a free strategy call. And then when they go to our pay-per-click page, it's really similar, right? It's really showing them a little bit more information on why pay-per-click, right? And why we're so good at it. Also has a video they can watch and build some authority. There's a case study again. And then they come down here and click to see why we're different, and then boom, it goes right to our book a free strategy call, right? So every time we give them information, we're also giving them an option to fill out a form. So as they're building trust and authority, they can kind of work through this and interact with our business in different ways, right? So I think, in terms of landing pages, we've built this page to really be a high converter, or this website to be a high converter and act in a lot of ways like a microsite. And it's one of the services that we offer as well, right? We believe that having the landing page is so vital to the lead generation journey, right? You can have the best campaigns and send them to a bad page and really never be able to win that lead generation battle. So that's just like a quick overview on how to structure a landing page. Again, make sure it's focused on who you are as a product, the value you bring, and then really strong calls to action all over there. And then obviously layer in your services, layer in your authority with reviews or different badges or things that your business have won, right? That always helps build that authority. So the last extra tip, I know I said, if you watched all the way to the end, I was going to give an extra tip. And that tip's really going to be all about automation in the sales process. So we're going to jump right into Zapier. Okay, so a really huge part to the lead generation battle is not just the campaigns, it's not just the landing page and getting a form fill, but it's being able to interact very quickly, right? A lot of times businesses, they can generate leads, but leads fall through the cracks all the time, and that's money wasted, right? So it's really vital you can leverage a tool like Zapier, or if you have a great CRM, leverage the automation there, and build out automations that are able to interact with leads almost immediately when they click on when they fill out a form, right? So like I said, Zapier has a lot of integrations with really any CRM, but if if you're working with lead pages, right, type in lead pages or any any landing page format, right? And you want to basically, every time someone creates a new form submission, trigger this and add the action of sending them an email, sending them a text, right? So you might not have a CRM in place and you just want to utilize some quick automation to interact with your customers and build out that trust immediately, right? Because when someone's filling out a form, if you're not really brand focused, they're filling out forms at 4 to 5 other businesses, right? So you want to be really the first to lead, the first to contact them, because that's really going to help set the conversation away from your competitors and focused on you, right? If you're able to interact with them immediately, the chances of you actually winning that business are very high. And in any sort of lead generation campaign, the contact rate is so vital to getting a positive ROI. So once you have the new form submission plugged into Zapier, you can even just hit email, send email. So Google or Zapier can send emails directly from Zapier. I'm not sure if they have a text option as well. Let's check this out. So it doesn't look like there's a native text option. Let's type in SMS. Oh, there is. So you can actually also send out text messages from Zapier too, right? So again, this is very simple automations. This isn't anything crazy, but it helps drive a faster contact with your lead, without you having to physically message every single lead that comes in, right? I can also help you, qualify your leads. You can create various automations that can help ask good questions and understand who this lead really is. So overall, this video, again, it's really supposed to be a really comprehensive guide. We dove into the full funnel, the consumer journey. We also touched on how to build a campaign that meets the consumers where they're at, how to build landing pages that convert, and then that last piece and that last tip, create automation that can follow up with your leads so that nothing is falling through the cracks. So overall, if you like this video, thanks so much for watching. Please, like, subscribe, comment as always, and we'll see you on the next one.